Manish Jaiswar. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So 38 have been joined. So we'll begin. Prathamesh, your CR is there?
No, ma'am.
Let's quickly revise what we saw last time. Shubham Bhattad.
Yes, ma'am.
Last time what we saw? Last lecture.
Uh, uh, infix and postfix
Linked
operator.
No,
list. Linked
no.
list.
In fixed postfix,
Singly
we
linked
have
list.
done last to last lecture.
Oh,
Singly
yes.
Linked
linked
list.
list.
Sing the stack with linked list we saw.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Shivam,
ma'am.
stack with linked list, and that is you people said you don't want on IV cam, you want on a presentation. So today I will be covering because some of you said that is you want the scan copy of that is today I realized I forgot that scanned copy of my notebook putting onto the Google Classroom. Okay, so that is why stack with a linked list, few slides I have added in today's presentation as well, and then we will see Q, and then we'll go for the linked list. Okay, is there a quiz? How many of you saw the quiz?
Yes, ma'am. But when we have to solve?
That is deadline is 22nd, I think.
Okay, ma'am.
So you attempted today. It is a very easy, just a basic quiz on a stack and queue. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So 40 plus. So we'll begin. I'll start now. Is the screen visible? The title is stack and queue.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So for every lecture, I used to give some homework. So anybody tried those homeworks? Today I'll be posting assignment on a Google Classroom that everybody has to do the. Today we'll have see half of the lecture we'll do. That is this time I will not do live program as I did in the last lecture. What I want is today you. I want to check whether you are concentrating or not. So whatever I teach, that you have to do, and then you have to upload. Okay. Till last lecture, what I was doing was I was teaching some concept, and then I was doing C program, right?
Yes,
Even
ma'am.
a postfix expression evaluation, stack with the array, queue with the array, then circular queue, and then stack with a linked list. What I did is I shown the concept, I taught concept, and then I wrote a program. But I feel that some of the people are just joining lecture just for the sake of attendance and going away. So I don't want that to entertain you. So today what we'll do, 1 hour I will be teaching, and then you will be implementing. And if anybody is not having the compiler or any infrastructure problem, then let me know. Huh? So because it is a compulsory, so if you don't have a laptop or something, you don't have, you can use online editors and anything anyway. And that concept you have to implement, and I will give deadline. By that time you have to upload onto the classroom. Okay, is that fine? Because I don't want that is it is one way learning, that one way teaching only. No, learning is not happening the other end. Only few people are answering all the time, and the rest of the people are just joining and going away. So we'll begin with it is a we'll first revise the stack,
Yes, ma'am.
Why we go for the linked list? Yeah, is this okay? Like you would like this idea? Like I will
Yes,
teach a
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
concept and then algorithm and everything will be in the detail. Just I won't be showing live, because what is happening, what is I observed is the students are then becoming lethargic. So for that we'll try that this today, this lecture, okay? Then we'll see what the best possible to like learning should happen. So for that, what best possible can be done, that we'll see. I'll be giving some creative assignments once we finish the linked list. So what is a linked list? And why do we go for the linked list? As in the array, we have seen two data structures with the array, stack and the queue. And every time we keep on checking what is the size of array, whether I'm exceeding or not, whether I'm exceeding or not, and so on. So that is in case unknown number of data values are there, you go for the linked list. That is the idea. Unknown, maybe small number, maybe a very large number, the data items are. And that organize that data. You need not take a memory from the machine and like reserve it. You are not booking it. You are taking it as and when required. As we have seen last lecture, one of the programs, so you must be comfortable with that. With malloc and all, we take the memory from this thing. Linked list is a linear data structure that contains a sequence of elements such that each element links to its next element in the sequence. As I told, that is we play a game of treasure hunt. That is, I have a one clue, then that clue I will find, then that person will have another clue, and so on. So that kind of it is a each element is holding the address of the next element. Now, singly linked list is a sequence of elements in which every element has linked to its next element only. Because last lecture, Krishna More was asking a question like I had not started with a linked list, but I just trying to implement a stack with a linked list. And that time I implemented a stack with a one way. And he was saying the stack implementation with the other way possible, but that is not possible because singly linked list is only every element is having address of the only next element. It is not holding the address of the previous element. Is that clear? And the individual node, individual values, this value plus the address is called as a node. That is the last lecture I shown already. So it is a repetition. Every node contains two fields. One is a data field, one is a next field. So next field is nothing but a pointer which is pointing to the address of the next person, next data element. So this with values, this structure, is this the same structure which we did? Maybe name may be different. I might have taken something different. Here I have not said a type def. That is the only difference. I could see here type def I have not mentioned here. Type def struct node, integer data, struct node star next. This is just star next came down just because of the limitation of the slide. It has to be struct node star next. So data part. So this is visualization, or this is a diagrams which I had drawn onto the notebook last time. Now here you can see the head pointer. Head pointer, as it is, as I am saying, it is a pointer. So it pointer, the address of that pointer is 4800, and that is pointing to that particular address. So 4800 holding what? It is holding a data equal to 10 and the next address 4900. Is this clear? Head is a pointer which should hold only the address. And so the address is 4800. That address will be having some other values. So values at that address are 10 and 4900 is the head next pointer is holding address. So 4900 again is the address, and the value at that address is a 15, and the value, the data value at that address is 15, whereas the next pointer contains the address 50,000, 5,000. Now that 5000 is having holding the data 5 and the next address is 3000. So it is, you can see it is not sequential. Now 5000 is ahead and then next pointer of this address is holding the address which is 3000. So which is quite behind the 5000. So it is not a sequential ordering. The image, the memory is given from anywhere, wherever it is free. And then the last node is null. Now here it is a small null, but when you write a program, it has to be capital null. Is this visualization clear? Node is clear, value and how the linked list is represented to everyone? Anurag Yadav?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any query in this?
No, ma'am.
So structure, this already we have done. New node is equal to struct node star malloc size of struct node. This is the, as I told you, you need to write it down. You write it down. Struct node, instead of a struct node, you say type def struct node, so that later, otherwise the next line you can see the struct keyword every time you need to use. If you say type def, then see how many times struct keyword I have used in a new node equal to, then everywhere size of also for the typecasting as well, you need to use the struct keyword. So if you want to avoid that, then simply you can go to, what you will do, you say type def struct node. So struct keyword you need not use below throughout the program. So arrays, as we have discussed already, arrays are not suitable when the size of the data which we are going to use is not known in advance. By using a linked list, and that we have done, just I am showing it, simulation of it. Always top should point to the topmost element or the new just inserted element. So this n indicates, so the which element is inserted first in this stack, Siddharth? If this is a stack with a linked list, so which is the element first inserted?
99.
Not 99, you are wrong. Which element is the first inserted?
25, ma'am.
This
25. ma'am.
stack. 25, correct. 25, correct. Am I reliable?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Because your voice is not that much audible. Okay, fine. Okay. And the second inserted element is Sandeep
32.
Sahani.
32.
Yes. So this is the how we did, because this is a convention. Top should be pointer. When I say linked list, there will be head. But when I say stack with a linked list, that pointer will rename as a top. Okay. So that's it. So here we took a top, we made it as a null, and this is what I did last time. Those who wanted my notebook, I could not, so I'm extremely sorry for that, but this is how the elements will be pushed. Initially what you'll do, you'll check, initially our top is null, and if it is null, then new node will be making as an, new node arrow next will be null, and then we'll set it as a top. Otherwise, we have seen those assignments. Is this assignment correct? Set this here it is as an algorithm. So set keyword is being used. Actually, when you do new node arrow next is equal to, simply you will say top, and then top is equal to new node. That's it in a program. But this is algorithmic way. That is why it is set is also keyword being used. You should not type this set in a turbo C. Now for
Hello, ma'am.
pop. Yes. Is there any question?
Yes, ma'am. In the condition of if you have given top is equal to null, can we also use the function of is empty?
Yes, that will do the same thing. Who is this? Krishna?
No, ma'am. Aditya.
Aditya. Okay. Yes. That is what you can do. Yes, that function will do same thing. Is empty. So that is, as I said, as you become more comfortable with the programming, no, then you go on making more functions, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That is because I commented, no, if stack is empty, that it is checking. So you make it as a function, that is not an issue. But not required, as it is a very small thing, just if condition. So unnecessary function calling becomes a costlier like operation. That is why I am not making, like I will not recommend, but you can make it. There is nothing wrong in it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Same way for the pop. Is empty, is full, like is full, we need to check in a linked list? No, not at all. We need not check. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now
Yes,
in the
ma'am.
last lecture, what I did is I have not printed. Here I am printing as well, popped element. Huh? Here I am printing as well. So that is up to us. That is how we want. Last lecture, just I was removing and throwing it in the air. Here what I am doing is I am printing onto the screen. Can you differentiate between the last lectures, this thing? Display this condition, because we don't know how many values are there, and but what we know is this, our stack will be ending with a null. So that is why which loop we'll go for. So this is the same loop we use, right? So if you have in front of you now, this much we had covered last lecture. Now we have to go for this. So Q is what? Just revise, Pradnya. What is a queue? Is it a linear data structure? Vinod Bhatt. How you will define a queue? What is the ordering of a queue? When we say this data structure is a queue data structure.
Ma'am, first in, first out.
Correct. First in, first out. It follows. It is a linear data structure. It is.
Stack data structure.
It is a linear data structure, and it is a ordered data structure. It is not unordered data structure. And what is order is? Order is first in, first out. So in a practical life, whatever in a real life we have a queue, so that same queue has to be followed here. That is first come in the, you go to the bank, you go to the ATM, you go to the market. So wherever, so there is a queue, and which is the end, which is served, the values from the queue will be served. That end we call it as a front, and the person or the new value coming in is from which end? Sonam Gupta. The value, which end it is if it is a person who, a new person is added or the new element is added, that is from which end? Front or rear? Rear end, correct.
And delete from front
will
end.
be removing, and the rear. I'm sorry. Rear. It is rear is the end from where the element will be added, whereas front is the end where the element will be deleted. Now, all of you agree with the linked list representation of the queue?
Yes,
So, front is the one who has come first. So 9 has come first. After that 1 came, then 7, and then 4. So if new element we want to add, that element ideally should go to the go to the next of a 4, right? That element should go to the next of the 4. So the pointer which is pointing to the 4 should be rear, and the rear arrow next should be null. Correct? Rear arrow next should be, now my front should point to the 9 and rear should point to 4. All of you agree?
yes, ma'am.
Yes. So rear arrow next will be what? That is the only we need to test. Rear arrow next will be now what? Rear is pointing to 4. Then rear arrow next will be what?
7.
7.
No, there is a right side arrow only, no? So rear arrow next is a cross you can see, and that is null. Cannot be 7. There is no backward arrow. That is what I was trying to make you understand in the last lecture with the help of this thing. There is, can you see, arrows are not visible? The arrows are only right hand side arrows.
Yes, ma'am.
So the 9 is holding the address of the one node where data 1 is present. That next, in that node there is a one field called as a next, and that is holding the address of a 7. And there is a node with a 7 value, and then the next part of a 7 is holding the address of a 4. And the node which is holding the data 4 is not holding anybody's address. That means it is null. And that means it is the end of the queue. So no new person coming in will be joining from that end. Is that clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So 5, suppose I want to add now 11. So 11, first thing what I'll be doing, because this is a linked list implementation, I need not check. I will not check whether the queue is full, because it is not an array implementation, it's a linked list. I need not check for the full because that is not my requirement only. So what will do? What I'll check now is how to, this is already created a queue which is having how many values? 4 values, 9, 1, 7 and 4. And now I want to insert 11 into this. So 11 ideally should, there has to be, I need to take the memory by malloc. Are you agree, Aditya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we need to create a new node that will be completely different. That is, unless and until my purpose is to travel somewhere by local, I will not reach to the station, right? And then I will see whether there is a queue, and then I will buy the tickets. That means first requirement to purchase the ticket is I should go there personally. So that is what we do, is we have to have a new node first, and then we'll see already existing queue is how long it is, and then where should I stand. Right? So the first thing, for the insertion into the queue, the insertion has to happen from the rear end, and first thing I will check is whether initially my front and the rear should point to what? Initially, when the queue completely empty, when the ticket counter opens first time, at that time, it may possible that there is nobody, right, waiting. Is it possible? This is the one of the precondition we need to take care. Is it possible that the ticket, when the person who is selling the ticket at the ticket counter, that he opens the window, but nobody is there waiting in the queue? Is this possible or not possible? Dinesh Shinde. What is the initially, if nobody is there at that time, your front and the rear should point where? Dinesh Shinde. Dinesh, you have to speak. Whether you answer correctly or you wrongly, that is not, doesn't matter. But you are listening or not, that I want to check. So your attendance will be marked as an absent if you are not responding here. Anurag Yadav. Initially, your
Yes, ma'am.
front pointer and the rear pointer should be initialized to what?
Yes, ma'am. So first we'll check if front is equal to null.
Correct. And the front and the rear, that means initially we have to initialize it to null. That is our duty, right? When we have not created a queue, that time in the main or globally, we have to make front and the rear has to be null.
Null.
So that at the time of insertion, we need to check, right? Now in the figure, what you are looking at is there are 4 elements already, and I want to insert. But when I write a function in NQ, that is insertion into the queue, that time I need to check whether it is a first insertion or there are already existing and just I have to, right? So there has to be if else, then like I have to take the two paths, whether it is a first insertion. In that time, my front and I inserted suppose only, now assume that there is only 9 is there and there is no 1, 7 and 4. These data values are not there. In that case, my rear and the front both will point to 9 or no? Uttam Pandey.
Yes, ma'am.
I will repeat the scenario. In the given diagram, suppose
Ma'am, your voice is cracking.
Ma'am, your voice is not available, hearable.
Acha. Now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Clear?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Now clear? Okay. If the element, only 9 is the element present in the queue, that means there is a queue with a one person or a one data element. In that case, your rear will point where and front will point where? That was a question to the Uttam Pandey.
Yes, ma'am.
Where it will be, Uttam? Front and the rear will be pointing to whom? Front. There is only one value
Only
in
one
the
element.
queue. So front will be
Pointing towards the this column.
somebody else would like to answer?
Ma'am,
Shivam Mishra?
both will null.
Both will point towards 9.
Somebody said both will point to 9. Correct. That is that
Yes, ma'am.
person is correct. Who was that?
Uttam, me only.
Both the rear and the front should. So this is a special case. When only one person is there, that means that is the end where the new person will come, and that is the only end which will be served. That is the front. So front and the rear will be point to the front and the rear will point to
Same
the
node.
9.
Same
9,
node.
okay? Same node, correct. So that is a special case. So that is why if the front and the rear both are null, that means it is a first insertion in the queue. That time, for front and the rear, we will be making as an front new node is front equal to rear equal to new node. Because new node already created, as I said, if I want to travel somewhere, then only I will be going to the station and then I will be buying the ticket. And if nobody is there and only I am there, that means I am a rear and I am a front. So this is a special case of an insertion. Else, in the else case, I have created a new node, assigned a value to that. Now, I know the rear is pointing to the last node. So just only what we have to do is rear arrow next is equal to new node. And new node arrow next, you have to make it as a null. If it is not a first insertion, in the case only first insertion only, you have to assign front and the rear to the new node. If it is not a first insertion, then front will be front remain there. And the only rear we have to manipulate. That is, rear is now pointing to 4. Now I have created a new node with a value 11. So rear arrow next I will make it, and that 11 value node name is new node. So rear arrow next I will make it as an rear arrow next is equal to new node, and new node is equal to rear. So my next rear should not be 4. Once I add 11, that 11 should become a rear. Agreed?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is those are the only two assignments we'll be doing in a insertion of a queue. So that is a very pretty and beautiful as compared to the array implementation, right?
Yes.
Everybody understood? Only for the first insertion you will be doing if front equal to null. In that case, you will be assigning front equal to rear equal to new node. Else, rear, you can write down your notebook. rear arrow next is equal to new node, and new node is equal to rear. These are the two assignments you will be doing in the else part, and that is how the new element will be inserted into the queue. Everybody understood this? Is there any query onto this? So this is
Understood, ma'am.
yes.
Understood.
Yeah. Acha, this is by mistake. It is a stack is not empty came. Huh? It is a queue is not empty. Okay. In the this thing, because I will be uploading this PPT. If stack is not empty came by mistake. So please make it as in a queue is not empty. Huh? Now for a deletion, first again we'll come here and then we'll see the logic from you, and then we'll go to the algorithm. Now we want to delete. So for the deletion, what we'll do? Can I choose any element to delete from a queue? Can I say delete 7?
No.
No, we
No,
can
ma'am.
correct. We cannot say because it is ordered order. Whoever there at the front should be served first. There is no partiality. You cannot have a choice of like deleting anybody. Okay, so or serving anybody. The element has to be served who is standing in the front. So the 9 will be deleted. When I say DQ or the delete queue, and delete from a queue, that means ideally it should delete the element from the front end. Okay, so front is 9 has to be deleted. Then my front, when I delete this 9, front should point to which element?
1.
We know.
Front of next.
Now if I delete the 9, then front will point to whom? We know, but front should be moved to where? Front should be moved where? Sonam Gupta.
Yes, ma'am. It should be moved to front is equals to front of next.
Front is equal to front arrow next, correct, and that is why it will be pointing to 1. One time if I am deleted saying DQ or a delete Q, then it will come to 1. Again I am saying delete Q, then it will come to 7. Again I am saying, and so on. It will go ahead and ahead. So while writing a delete function, what are the precaution you will take, or what are the conditions you will check whether the queue contains something, right? So how do you check that? What is the queue
Front is
condition for
equal to
empty
equal
queue?
to null.
Equal to null, correct. If front equal to null, that means the queue is empty. There is nothing. Else, you will be taking one temporary pointer of the same type. Then temp is equal to front. Agree? That front value you will be taking in a temporary. Then you will say front is equal to front arrow next. And then what you will say is remove that, you isolate that temp. Now temp will be pointing to 9. You have taken front is equal to front arrow next. So front is pointing to 1. And then remove that temp with which statement? What is the statement to remove the to free the memory?
Free temp.
Temp. Correct. Free temp.
Free.
Yeah. So, so this was the DQ. First thing you will check whether it is empty. Else temp is equal to front. Then if you wish, you can display the atom to be deleted. And then take front pointer to the next and free that temporary pointer so that it is not pointing to anything. Everybody understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Now display. Display again. Display in a queue. In the stack, we had a displayed in a reverse order, right? Because we display from the top to the last element. Whereas in the queue, because that is the order it follows. In the queue, if this is a queue, then what should be the output of a display function? 4719? 9174, correct. 9174. So how you will write display function? First thing what you will check? You are displaying the content of a queue. First thing what you will check? Whether
Front is null
is
or
there
not.
something to display? Yes, yes. Whether is it none? Is there something to display? So simply you can say similar thing. The front is equal to null. Then it is empty. Else you take a temporary pointer for a traversal purpose. And because we don't know how many values are there, that is why we'll not go for a for loop. We'll go for which loop? While loop. While temp not equal to null. Print data and temp is equal to temp arrow next. This is also we have done in a case of a stack. Everybody understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that is now we'll begin with the. So is it clear? So I'll start another this thing. We'll begin with the linked list, normal only linked list. Okay. Is screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So there are again a few things which are repeated. So I'll skip those just for your those who are not understanding or joining late. For them, I have put all the things. Huh? So these are the comparison of arrays and the linked list. So you will read it and you'll come to know it. So this is an example of how it contains. These are self-explanatory, right? 11 arrow next. 11 A is name of that node. Then A arrow data is equal to, here it is dot used, but ideally it has to be arrow. If I'm using a pointer, dot operator is only for a structure member accessing. So if A is a structure, then A dot data is equal to 11. But if A is a pointer, then A arrow data is equal to 11. So this much you should be comfortable with. Now linked list operation, because we saw queue with a linked list as well as stack with a linked list. So you are now little bit comfortable with a linked list. So now when we did a queue with a linked list and a stack with linked list, we followed particular order. In case of a linked list, we need not follow any order. You can insert at the beginning, you can insert at the end, you can insert after particular element, you can delete any element, you can insert after 5 elements or 10 elements, like counting number of elements and then inserting at those locations and all. So that was not possible in case of a stack and queue, right? So that is because we implemented stack and queue with the linked list with the help of dynamic memory allocation, but we followed the order of a stack and queue. We cannot violate that order. Agreed?
And repeat once.
In the difference between the linked list and stack queue is, we did now stack and queue with a linked list, but we use the dynamic memory allocation, but we did not violated the order of a queue and the stack. Like order of a queue is first in first out, and the order of a stack is last in first out. That, and we cannot say delete a particular element because it is ordered data structures, whereas linked list is unordered data structure. You can insert at the beginning, you can insert at the end. So insert at the end is as good as inserting at like a queue. Inserting at the beginning is same as inserting at the stack. Inserting after few elements, like go and stand after 5 people, that way. Or insert after particular, like go and stand after X person is standing, go and go in between. So that everything is allowed in a linked list, because linked list is a linear data structure, but it is not an ordered data structure. Is it clear now?
Yes,
So in the link, in the linked list, so we will be having so many variations, like even deletion, searching operation. Whereas in a queue and the stack, we don't have a searching and all operation. Only we have a push, pop, display, and in a queue, NQ, DQ, and display. Because we cannot, unless and until we remove the who is on top, we cannot go deep inside it, right? So that is our constraint. In case of a linked list, no, you have a searching, you and insertion and deletion from anywhere. Now, linked list, ideally, you can have a two pointers, keeping track of the beginning of the linked list and the end of a linked list. So the beginning, the pointer which is pointing to the beginning of the linked list will be always called as a head pointer, and the pointer which will be at the end of a linked list will be always tail pointer. So that is it is up to us whether or only head pointer is enough to keep track of the whole linked list. There is no need of a tail pointer. But if we maintain the tail pointer as well, a little bit of manipulation and the keeping track operation becomes very easy. So it is up to us how we want to implement, but it is not a mandatory like in a stack. It has to be top. In the queue, it has to be front and the rear. Like it is not like that. Just instead of a two pointers, head and tail, you can have a head pointer which is just pointing to this thing, and tail will automatically will come to know from the null. The last node will be next value of the last node will be always a null, and that is enough. Otherwise, you can explicitly maintain a pointer which is pointing to the last node, that is called as a tail pointer. And now here you can see the arrows are one dimensional, or like it is going in a one direction only. So it is a singly linked list. So traversal is only forward direction. There is no backward traversal. If I reach to the data element 2, I won't be able to come back to the 1 because I don't have a pointer from node 2, data 2 to back to the 1. Are you getting? Once I come to the 1, I cannot go back to the 0, as the data part denoted as 0, 1, 2 till 9. So this is the data is decimal number, 0 to 9 are represented. So there are 10 nodes. Each node is having a digit value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 9. So when I go to the 9, I cannot come back to the 8, or the node which is holding the value 9 is not having the address of the previous node, but the previous node 8 was holding the address of the node next node, that is 9. But the 8 is not holding the address of the node data holding the value 7. So it is a traversal is in one direction. It is not a one dimensional. It is a one directional. Are you getting?
yes, ma'am.
So the operations on the linked list are more like creation. Now creation of the linked list, in the create, either you pass n value and create a linked list with those n nodes, or just